And we is live, baby. It feels good. It feels good, man.
Wait. All I got. That. Fuck.
That's what's up.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I don't know if I made it.
That's wild.
Oh, barely.
Man, I don't even know how to introduce myself no more. Like, who am I right now? Like, who am I? I don't know. What's good, everybody? It's your girl Nia, the video game her. And as far as what I've been gaming on, I honestly have been gaming on a whole lot. You guys know that, like, here lately, you know, I'm a comic book fan too. So, like, there's been a whole lot of, like, comic book related things that have been coming out here lately. So, I've been really hard biting on this comic book related stuff. But when I do get a chance to play, I have been getting a chance to play Mulaka, which is was not only on Nintendo Switch, it's also on other platforms as well. But it's an indie game that I've been playing on the Nintendo Switch, and it's actually pretty dope. It kind of puts me in the mind of like the Legend of Zelda games pre Breath of the Wild. You know how, you know, the previous Zelda games are like, you know, you find the thing, you move on to the next area, you find the thing, you move on to the next area. Yeah, so it pretty much reminds me of that, and I really love the atmosphere. I really love the way that they really kind of give you like the backstory, because the game is actually based off of a native tribe based in Mexico. And just the way that they stylize everything, and the way that they kind of give you the backdrop of how the culture is within that tribe, and just little trinkets about the people and the different areas and stuff is actually really dope, man. I think it's a great game.
No, it is not a PC game.
Who is this?
Definitely a game on the only thumb that matters, right? Ooh, I gotta spend some power.
Ha!
Why not? Funny.
killing enemies, you gain experience points. But it is there, and I suggest checking it out. But other than that, I've been playing I played through Titanfall 2, the campaign again. Right now I'm playing through Gears of War. I'm going to beat that tonight. Gears of War 4, I'm going to beat that tonight or tomorrow. Basically, just killing time till God of War. Because that's the only thing that matters right now. But let's just take a little look at the Nintendo eShop for games that are recently released. Some games that we just want to highlight, because sometimes, you know, things get lost in the shuffle. Even we here on the podcast, we miss out on a lot of games because they just get lost. If you don't look at them day one, you're never going to see them again. But I've been hearing good stuff about this.
Oh, look, Sea of Thieves.
Reloaded. Huh?
I said they got Sea of Thieves. Oh, wait, my bad. Pirates all aboard. Okay.
We're talking about real games here. But we got Wild Guns Reloaded. They've been talking about this in the Discord, by the way. Join the Discord. It'll be in the Discord. But this is seems to be an 8-bit kind of game, or 16-bit, whatever. It's supposed to be super difficult. So that's right up my alley. I don't know about this price tag, though. In Canada, it's $38. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, my God. They look like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure guys.
But I don't know, this one's supposed to be pretty good.
That price tag, though.
1 to 4 players. I think it's local co-op only, though. I don't see any online support here. This just came out yesterday. There's a physical version as well. There's a pirate game, so if you're like, hey man, I want to play Sea of Thieves, but I don't want an Xbox, I'm sure this game has just as much content.
Oh,
damn. And this game's only $7. But to be honest, this doesn't look all that fun. But this game came out in Don't Starve. This is one of the most popular indie games. I have not played it myself yet, but it looks like this is the full version with all the DLC. And basically, you just have to survive. You start in a world and you gotta build your own fire, get your own food, and just survive. You played this, right, Nia?
Yeah, I played it. Like, they gave it to me for review for the Wii U version. Like, that game's crazy, dude. Like when you get hungry, like, you just see some wild stuff. Like, it's crazy. And you can go crazy, like, if you don't eat and drink and stuff like you're supposed to, and you get tired, like, you know what I'm saying? And you can hallucinate. It's wild. The game is, like, truly creepy, to be honest.
I don't know what that means.
That's pretty cool. So that's supposed to be a pretty solid title. I'm really interested in this one. Nia, I think you're going to really like this one. Streets of Red. It's basically a knockoff of Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
And it also mixes in a lot of nerd culture references to the point where it's almost copyright infringement. So
just short of copyright.
just short of copyright infringement. So I'm going to be picking up this game.
I mean, they even used the name Streets of and then stopped at Red. Yeah. They're like, we can't call it Streets of Rage.
Here, Home Dude is literally doing a Hadouken right now. I'm not a Hadouken, he's doing the Kamehameha. So there's a whole bunch of shit going on in this game. It does look very fun. It has 4-player co-op. It's not online, as far as I can tell. Another local co-op game. But this game's only $9. I'm assuming it's like $8 or $7 in the States. But this game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. There was one other one that looked interesting to me.
This Regalia game looks interesting to me.
Regalia? Let's check out
Regalia.
Regalia.
The next one.
Next
Regalia.
one? Regalia of Men and Monarchs Royal Edition.
It reminds me of Disgaea a little bit. It has a little bit of a Disgaea feel to it because the characters are very well drawn and they kind of animated inside here. And then you can kind of see, like, a nice little...
Yeah, this looks like a traditional JRPG style game.
Yeah, that's what's up. I might have to check that
out. Single player, of course. And, yeah, not much else about it. But this looks pretty cool. If you like RPG style games, you might like this.
Yeah.
That one's $30. Skies of Fury. I heard about this one. I heard though that it's kind of lacking in the content area. Very beautiful. Like, I love me some cell shaded art.
Oh wow, this is nice.
Yeah, it does
gorgeous.
look nice.
But it's, as far as I understand, it is severely lacking in the content department.
Which is sad, because
this
really
one is probably a wait for a sale kind of experience.
Yeah.
I've been really wanting like a flight game. Like there was this one game that was on the eShop. I can't remember the name for the life of me, but it was actually delayed. It was supposed to come out soon. It was the one that I showed you before. Alex kind of put me in the mind of old school Star Fox. I think it was called like Manicore or something like that. It looked really tight. Like I was.
There's one flying game on the Switch, Cinemora X. That's a good game.
Oh yeah. I got that.
I have
in my
that on
wish list.
PC. That's a great game. Oh,
yeah.
That seems to be the only interesting stuff that came out this week. Bombs. Let me see. Bombslinger.
No.
That Bombslinger game is basically cowboy version of freaking
Cowboy makeup.
It's Cowboy Bomberman. Thank you. I was thinking Cowboy Bomberman.
Cowboy Bomberman. All right, so let's move on from the eShop here. Some fantastic titles in the Nintendo.
Oh, hold on. Let me save this to my wish list because I'll never see it again.
eShop every Tuesday and Thursday is when they update the eShop. So if you don't check those days, you'll never see these games again.
Yeah. So if there's something you want to get but you're not ready to get yet, put it on your wish list. That's the only time you're gonna find it.
Okay, so let me just switch the screen here, and let's start talking about topics. So let's talk about games that are incoming to the Nintendo Switch. With let's start with Nilumbra. This game is amazing. A fun game. I played this on the Wii U.
It's amazing.
You played this one too, right?
Yes, I played it. It's so good.
It is a very good game. The initial playthrough is not super difficult, but then they open up this whole challenge mode shit, and that gets extreme. Hard. That had me raging to the point where I just gave up. Not gonna lie.
That junk is like legit hard. You forgot to mention these other games on the eShop, by the way. That Masters of Anima game.
Yeah, those came out the week before.
That's true. I guess you mean specifically like this week.
Yeah, I was kind of focused on this week, but whatever. Yeah, Masters of Anima actually looks like a really cool game, guys. It's a mix of Pikmin and Diablo. So that's actually quite interesting. That was one of the cooler looking indie games that came out. But this game, Nilumbra, you see here, I don't want to play the video, otherwise we'll get a copyright strike. But if you see, look at the corner here, there's different colors of paint. You actually use these colored paints to solve puzzles. For like example, the blue one gives you ice, so the red one is fire. The green one gives you earth. And you just solve environmental puzzles because your character himself is kind of useless. He is very limited in what he can do, but he uses these colors to solve the puzzles and then continue on. Has very atmospheric music. I love it. The art style, beautiful.
I love this.
I highly suggest checking this out. And this game is cheap.
If it's cheap,
$8.
It's gonna be how much?
$8.
Oh, I'm double dipping.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. I personally recommend this game. I've played it. I've beaten it. It is a good game. It's not a long game.
Oh wow!
It's not a long game at all. I beat that game in like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not a long game, but for $8, it is definitely worth it. I think, especially in handheld mode, this will be a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Coupon, have you ever heard of this game? Played it?
I have not, but I'm looking at the video and it does look interesting.
I did a stream of this game on the Wii U.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. It looks good.
This game is definitely a hidden gem. It actually started as a cell phone game, and then they eventually brought it over to consoles.
Oh.
So it does have touchscreen support, so this game actually would probably make more sense in handheld mode.
Yeah, that's good.
It is what it is. This is a good game, so I suggest checking that out.
Yeah, that's cool.
The big game coming out to the Switch next week, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Yes! I've been waiting for this one. I specifically held off on the other versions to get it on the Switch. We have the file size, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. File size, 14.1 gigabytes of download space if you're downloading it digitally, or you can get it on the cartridge, of course. This will launch April 24th, which is next Tuesday. So we're just under a week away. Have you guys played the Stick of Truth, the first South Park game?
Nah, I'm not big on the South Park.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big fan of South Park, to be honest.
Oh, y'all are missing out. That game
I've seen the show. I think
goddamn
it's
masterpiece.
funny.
Like the show is funny and everything, and I used to watch it religiously, but I just kind of grew out of it, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was. Like I liked it when I was younger, but it's like I kind of stopped watching and kind of lost interest a little bit. I don't think it's a.
I'm surprised it's still going, but that's hoorah to them for that.
The show's actually gotten better because they actually satire current events now. It's
okay.
Stuff, so it's actually very funny now.
But can I shout out Blue Boat real quick? He just donated $2. Shout outs to Blue Boat for the donation.
Oh, blessing the stream! Look at him, bless
the stream. The only thing he put, right? Only thing he put in the comment though was Labo. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Labo eventually. Don't worry. But South Park: Stick of Truth. I recently played this a couple months ago. I never played it on the 360, but I got it on PC. That game is fantastic. So I'm very excited to play Fractured Butthole. From what I understand, it's even better, and they refined the combat a little more too. So that's very good. I think this game is going to be excellent. The only thing that sucks is when this game came out for the Xbox and PlayStation 4, you got a free copy of Stick of Truth on those versions. But for the Switch, they are not doing that, which is kind of lame. But definitely, this is the big title for the Switch for this week. There's another title that was supposed to come out pretty soon, but that got delayed. We're going to talk about that a little later. Let's move on to musical adventure game Figment, coming to the Nintendo Switch this May. Indie title, as far as I can tell, it's a puzzle platformer game. It says Bedtime Digital's charming musical indie adventure Figment will release on Nintendo Switch this May, following widespread acclaim at the time of its PC launch last September. So that's not even a year old. That's not bad. With reviewers calling the game delightful and praising its truly outstanding musical work. So if you like music, I guess you will enjoy this game? I have not really seen too much about this game, but
I feel like I would be more interested if I actually saw like gameplay.
Yeah,
because there's just a picture. You don't really know what's going on and what the game is about, really.
All right, let me open up. Let's open up the old Steam app real quick. Let's check out reviews of Figment. Let's see what we got here. I'm assuming it's a good game.
Well, I mean, let's see the gameplay. Like, the reviews don't matter. Like, just see the game. Like, what the game look like.
Well, usually they'll have a video clip in the Steam thing too. Let's see if I can pop this open. If this thing would open, you wanna work with me here, Steam? Come on, all the money.
No, of course not. We don't do that.
All the money I spend on you, Steam.
Work with you? What is that?
That's the Steam. Steam's amazing.
All right, Figment. Oh, 96 reviews, and it's set to very positive.
But what does the game look like, though?
I'm just watching it right now. So he's walking around. It's definitely a platformer puzzle kind of game. It's very beautiful. I like this art. Okay, you do have attacks. He has a sword. And he sleeps.
And, this doesn't sound exciting.
Actually, this does look pretty good, though.
Just the way you're explaining it is like, he sleeps.
Well, he was sleeping for a bit. I don't know why. But I like the art style of this game. So this seems to be possible. It's a real freaky, weird game, like a creepy dream.
Oh, yeah.
It's not bad. Actually, maybe I'll check this one out. Figment for the Nintendo Switch coming out next month. Says, what, May 31st? God damn, that's the last day.
Shout out to me.
Alright, so you guys interested in a little bit of Figment? Get your music on?
I don't know, I gotta see some gameplay.
I don't even know what it is.
I gotta see some gameplay, I gotta see what it's about.
Okay, well I just saw some.
But I mean, if it's, I don't know, I like cute games. From the screenshot it looks cute, so.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to something I know we're all super excited about. That's Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze getting re-released on the Switch for more than it cost when we first bought it.
But we're excited for this.
Super excited! Come on, get your bananas up.
Pass.
I'll pay $100 for anything Donkey Kong.
This is definitely a hard
Amazon
pass.
Italy actually has listed a special edition for Donkey Kong.
So they want us to pay more money.
Country Tropical Free. But listen here. The amount of extra content you're getting in this special edition.
What, an amiibo?
No. Even better. You get a box that's made of Labo. You get a keychain, a Funky Kong, and you get some stickers.
Hard pass.
Oh, but they got the stickers. There's 1, 2, 3,
F you
4,
and your
5,
stickers
6,
and your
7,
keeping. No.
possibly 8. Could be 8 stickers on there.
And how much is this for all this?
It doesn't state that. I'm not sure.
That's suspicious.
You can live your dream though. You get a Funky Kong keychain.
That is not my dream.
And you get a cardboard box. You can even tape this.
I do not subscribe to this type of dream.
Listen, I love Funky Kong, but if he's not a real character, I don't care.
Like he's basically the Luigi of the Donkey Kong universe. Stop
Basically, he's like the golden Tanuki suit from freaking 3D World.
Thank you. Like, I don't have time for this. No, hard pass. I don't subscribe to that dream.
But this is, as far as I can tell, they don't say if this is coming to North America, because it's listed in Italy, so this might be a Europe thing, because they generally get better versions of us. But we do have a Breath of the Wild and Splatoon.
There's just stickers and a keychain. Nobody cares.
Hey, you get a special box, alright? That's very important.
Nobody cares. Like, collectors might care, but like, I'm sorry.
This is fantastic.
I'm a collector too, but there's certain things you just have to put your foot down.
Stickers and a keychain.
But stickers and a keychain, I'm supposed to collect that? No, get out of here.
These stickers are worth the extra $10 that we paid from the week.
Where am I put these stickers? Huh?
You
Where?
can put your stickers on your Switch.
On your Labo. On your Labo, your robot Labo.
You're gonna put these stickers all over your Labo. You're gonna open the Labo box with your keychain.
Alright, get out.
Come on.
Get out.
Alright, let's move on. Donkey Kong's coming out in May, I think. I know we joke a lot, but Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is a fantastic game.
Yes,
it's one of, if not the best platformers ever created.
It's a great game,
It's a fantastic game. I personally am not going to buy it a second time.
But if you haven't played it before, you definitely need to scoop it.
But if you haven't, if you haven't played Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, it is a masterpiece as far as platforming goes. But let's move on to something that is not a platformer. Dragon Quest XI isn't an open world game.
No!
What?
What? The JRPG series that was never traditionally an open world game is not an open world game. You won't even understand the reason why. Because they want to focus on story. Good God.
Oh my God. But it's an RPG. You do not focus on stories on RPGs. It's supposed to be an open world. I don't understand.
Now, if this isn't the definition of Jap crap, I don't know what is.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
How can you sit here and tell me
send all your hatred to
send all of your hate mail to Actives in Gaming.
A story instead of open world? Get out of here! Get out of here!
I don't even care about your story or your gameplay or nothing.
We all we want is an empty open world where you make your own fun and imagine your own fun, just like Sea of
and climb towers. I need to climb towers.
This is what they had to say about the game. If you're going for a completely open world, there's obviously a development cost attached to that, affecting where you spend your time and effort. If you want to, for example, go fishing somewhere, then you have to put a lot of effort into developing a fishing system. I felt that rather than spending our effort across a breadth of things, you catch that Breath of the Wild reference there? You catch it? Boy, we'd rather concentrate everything on the story. I felt that was a much better use of our time. Praise the Lord!
Praise the Lord, someone gets it.
This man gets it.
He understood. Look, we could have made an open world.
Listen to what this man says. They're focusing on the story instead of making a useless open world that's filled with nothing. Sea of Thieves. But they are actually condensing and focusing on the story. Unlike a certain other game, Activision, with their new Call of Duty game, which is ripping out the story content and just giving you a fucking battle mode.
Who cares but you, though, Alex? Nobody cares. You're the only one who plays the single player.
Everyone plays the single player of Call of Duty. Okay?
You and 5 other guys play the single player of Call of Duty.
We're holding strong, alright? We're holding strong, okay?
He admits it.
Dragon Quest 11, I guess this is coming to the Switch. Otherwise,
whenever they decide to bring it, I guess.
If they ever bring it out, isn't this the game that got pushed back and it's coming to the PS4 first?
Yeah.
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 That grand
it's already out in Japan, right?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, they're localizing it or something, right?
Yeah, they're localizing
it. Grand Blue game is gonna be over here before we get Dragon Quest on the freaking Switch.
And I'm gonna be playing that one.
I'm gonna be playing that one, exactly. I'm gonna be playing that one. I'm not gonna care about Dragon Quest no more when Grand Blue is out.
We're like Dragon Quest just dropped me like Grand Blue, what?
Exactly. Grand Blue looks amazing.
Either way, this is a good move. Focusing on the story in an RPG style game is way more important than just making a useless open world, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I do applaud them on that. I'm glad that they thought about it. They did take it. It just sounds like they really did think about it. They're like, look,
you know what? At least
we could have made it open world.
Battle Royale game, you know what I'm
saying?
And
the fact that they still have a vast world, like I've seen some bits and pieces from. It's still big. It still has a vast world. I'm pretty sure there's plenty to do, but they decided to focus on the actual story first and maybe give us a couple of things to do on the side. But it is an RPG, so why would you treat it like an open world when it's not?
Right.
So kudos to them. I'll give them a hand on that. Back to my chips.
Okay, well, let's go on to the next bit of news here.
Oh no.
Nintendo gives hope for a new Wave Race on the Nintendo Switch. You guys play Wave Race?
I actually have never played a Wave Race before.
Heathen!
Oh, what? You don't call us heathens? Like,
I've never played a Wave Race in my life.
Good.
Oh, wait, Wave Race? Well, I've played one of those before.
I've never played Wave Race.
Not Wave Race, but a type of Wave Race.
I think I've played 1080 before, though, but not Wave Race.
First, you guys tell me you never played Mario Tennis in your life.
Nope, never have.
You're telling me you never played Wave Race in your life.
We're fake-ass Nintendo fans, confirmed.
I know, confirmed. Because we don't play the mainstay stuff, I guess, whatever. But I mean,
I'm only a Mario and Zelda fan, okay? Leave me alone.
You're one of those Nintendo fans like, I just need my Mario and my Zelda.
I'm actually the one that just needs Zelda, Mario. You know.
I only play Zelda and Mario. I play everything else on other consoles.
Lord. Well, as the only non-heathen in this podcast, I did grow up with Wave Race. And
wow.
To this day, it is one of the greatest water physics games of all time.
But where they at?
Where they at? They don't sell that well. That's the problem.
Okay, well, that's what I thought. Okay! Just making a point.
That's come on, man.
Hey, man, Metroid don't sell, but that's coming back. But
I don't play
Metroid. So they were asked
There's always hope.
about the game. And Shinya Takahashi, he had a few words to say. He said, "You may see the game again. We've been trying to make many games, and that may be one of them. I personally love Wave Race." So we know Nintendo this generation is wanting to branch out. They want to dig deep into the IPs. That's why we are getting a Metroid. That's why we're gonna get Animal Crossing, Pikmin, all this shit. So this one isn't out of the question. I don't know how they're gonna make this kind of game and try and sell it for full price. I don't know if it has that kind of appeal anymore.
Not anymore.
This might be good as an eShop only $30 game, something like a Captain Toad. But I hope it does come back because Wave Race, it's unique. There's very few racing games that are not simulators or kart racing games.
Yeah.
So I think this could kind of stand on its own in that respect, but they definitely would have to have online racing this time around so you can play with your friends and not just local. I think it would be good because we haven't had a Wave Race since I think the GameCube was the last one. So
yeah,
it's been a while.
Because there wasn't one on the Wii.
I would ask you about your personal experiences with Wave Race, but I don't. We're dealing with heathens.
Oh, that's
I've
unfortunate.
never played Wave Race, but it's one of those things that I feel like personally, and we've talked about this a gazillion times on Team Red, like Nintendo's essentially, I don't want to say blew their load, because Nintendo has so many IPs, there's not really such a thing as blowing their load. But Nintendo has already dropped their mainline Mario. They've already dropped their mainline Zelda. We know Fire Emblem is coming. We know that Smash Brothers is coming, which is another big deal for Nintendo. So it only makes sense for Nintendo to either go back in the vault or to just make new stuff, which they've done with Splatoon and they've done with ARMS. So I really think that now that Nintendo is in a position to where they are successful again in the console space, since they are going that route with the Switch considering a console. I think that there is a very good chance that Nintendo's going to go back in the vault, because it just makes sense, in my opinion. Like, it makes no sense to have to be like the holder of all those IPs and to do nothing with them. So, I mean, at this point, I feel like everything is on the table, in my opinion.
Two rares out here.
Yeah.
Dang.
We don't need another Sega out here. I'm just saying. Dang. But this is cool news. It's exciting to even hear the fact that they're inside information saying they are currently trying to make many games. So from hearing that they're digging into the well.
Someone is gonna have to remind me which project does Takahashi do? Shinya Takahashi.
I think he's the Mario guy, isn't he?
Is he?
Let's check real quick. Oh no, he looks very young. He's only 39. He can't be the Mario guy. No, he is the director of Wave Race.
Oh, okay. So there we go.
Yeah.
Okay then.
There you go. Yeah, it says Wave Race director Shinya Takahashi hints that the series may return. So I don't know what he's been working on since then, but he's had quite a break since the GameCube. He's ready to work again.
Absolutely.
But I'm very excited. The Nintendo Switch, I'm telling you guys, it is going to be the Super Nintendo of Nintendo yet again. It's going to be the Fire console that has all the IPs.
Oh, yes. I want some Rhythm Heaven back.
A little less exciting.
Rhythm Heaven would be so tight to come back. I would love another Rhythm Heaven game.
Y'all can keep that shit. So stop. This is a little less exciting. If you're a fan of Dark Souls, we know the Dark Souls remaster is coming to the Nintendo Switch, but unfortunately, Bandai Namco announced yesterday that the Nintendo Switch version, it's the same shit.
Really, it is.
The Nintendo Switch version of Dark Souls Remastered will be pushed back to summer 2018, as well as the Solaire of Astora amiibo. We apologize.
Get the amiibo!
But rest assured, the extra time will improve your journey to Lordran. PC, PS4, Xbox version still coming 25th of May. You just gotta put that in, guy. Huh?
I'm more interested in the amiibo than this game. If we're being 100% real.
Twisting the knife. But you guys care? Dark Souls Remastered to give a shit?
Like I said, I'm more interested in the amiibo than a game.
Yeah, I was more interested in the amiibo.
I'm more interested in the amiibo than a game. Isn't that wild?
I didn't care.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of sad.
That amiibo is dope, though.
That amiibo is fire. That amiibo's fire.
I need to get one. Put that thing on pre-order.
I look at it this way. The game probably needs work. We haven't seen too much of the Switch version. And from what I've seen of the PS4 version, it still has a little bit of frame rate issues even
Personally,
there.
I'm kind of happy that they decided that pushing it back is more beneficial to making sure it works better, as opposed to rushing it out.
2K18
and I mean, you have to admit that it is on a handheld.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a little bit more of an issue
than the other versions.
But if we being real though, when they have revealed some gameplay, even for all of the versions, including the Switch, it wasn't really looking that hot anyway.
It wasn't looking great, yeah.
So,
and it is what it is. The Switch version probably does need more work to get it running stable, and that's okay. Like, if they're gonna take, I'm more excited that they're willing to take the extra time to do it right, because that means they're actually trying to do a good job.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. The only problem here is summer 2018 for the Switch is busy. If they were launching the time they were supposed to come out in May 25th, they have a little more room to breathe.
Yeah.
But summertime, it's getting a little packed on the Switch gang, so I don't know how this game is gonna do.
That's what like around the time Mario Tennis is about to come out, and Mario Tennis got a lot of people looking at it right now. So
Mario Tennis is gonna be it's gonna be amazing. But I'll just say this: I want to choose my words carefully. Dark Souls fans are very committed to their franchise.
That's true.
So I think no matter when this game launches, they will be more than happy to run out and buy it.
That's true.
And it is on a handheld, so that's a good
first time it's
selling point. Yeah, so this is a good selling point for anybody who has a Switch, who don't mind double dipping, or who just wants it on the go. They'll probably get it, regardless of.
I've heard some rumors, speculation that it might not be that they're pushing it back just to fix the game, but it's more of a strategic move to get people to double dip.
No way.
Hey, if they gonna do it, they gonna do it. I mean, but people are gonna double dip no matter what. Like, you don't have to be
Not necessarily, because I'll give you an example. If this game came out May 25th on the Switch, PS4, Xbox One, if you've already played the original Dark Souls back on the PS3, are you really going to buy it on the PS4 and the Switch? Because
I mean, it depends on the
only version that's going to give you a different experience is the Switch version.
Yeah.
So, like, this could be a little shady way to get people to double dip, but I want to believe that it's delayed so that they can fix the game and make it
right. But let me ask you this, though. Do you think that the Nintendo Switch version would have so much pull to where people will be more than likely to buy that version than any other version?
I think so, because like
I don't know if we're there yet.
From the graphics I've seen, the remaster isn't really all that much better looking than the original.
I'm really jaded still.
I think Dark Souls on the go is very appealing to people.
You might
praise the sun on the go.
I'm still kind of in that space where I don't believe that people would be more willing to buy the Nintendo Switch version over. But then again, I can't really say that because
this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it.
Yeah.
With the way that the Switch is going right now, it's pretty successful. And this is the first time a Dark Souls has been on a Nintendo console at all, first of all. And it being on the go is very, very mouth-watering to some people. Yeah. And they might pick it up. And they might double dip. Who knows? But I think, like, with the Souls people, they're really hardcore about their freaking franchise. And if they have a Switch, they're willing to wait for the Switch over the other ones if they can get it on the go.
Yeah.
But if they're the impatient type fan, they'll get it first on one of the other consoles or something, and then they'll double dip on the Switch.
Smart way to get people to double dip.
Yeah, it's an interesting way, but
I think that for me, I need, like, we haven't really seen this yet on the Switch, but for me, it's gonna take me seeing multiple instances of Nintendo Switch versions of a game coming out day and date to convince me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm not saying that the Nintendo Switch version
I know where you're coming from.
Because I
know where you're coming from.
Yeah, like the Nintendo
Right.
The Nintendo Switch has built up such a user base to where I believe that people are actually out here buying these games. They might not be buying them in droves like they do on the other platforms, but they are buying them to a degree to where they are relatively successful. But I'm saying, would people be more inclined to get it over the other versions? I mean, what y'all saying, it holds true. The Soulsborne community is very, very... Yeah, just like with Skyrim. I mean, I guess Skyrim is an example too, because Skyrim Remastered did come out on the other consoles as well and came out later on the Switch, and it's doing really good on the Switch. So
I just have this inkling that there's a lot of people willing to wait for Switch versions of games. And this is like, and it's hard to believe that because you're not used to people waiting for any Nintendo version of a game.
Exactly.
And so that's why I understand where you're coming from.
That's because this is the first time a Nintendo console gives you a real reason.
Yeah, and it's doing well for once in a long time.
On the last console, there wasn't really a reason to go buy that version.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
To look at, like, nobody cares.
Like, you knew it wasn't gonna look half as decent. You knew it wasn't gonna run half as decent. You didn't really want to use that big old, clunky controller to play certain so there just really was no incentive. This one you have a handheld that you can take on the go. It's fluid. You can do things with it. You can bring it home and play it on your TV, or you can take it on the go.
And,
I mean, there's just so many different things you can do. So
it's a different experience as far as I'm concerned, and I'll let you guys in on the secret.
And I mean, you can play Dark Souls on the toilet.
4K 60 mode on the Switch. Just saying.
The lies.
Whoa, stop.
That's not true. Don't believe that. It's not true.
Whoa, will you stop?
That's why I threw that out there real quick. The lie.
It's definitely not true. All right, it's not true.
Do not quote him on that. That is
mad if you don't buy an amiibo and you don't get 4K. And
like, hey, why didn't you get the 4K? Friggin' Alex.
Alex, I hear got these people listening to this.
Hey man, I got insider sources. They're called myself, me and I. Me, myself, and I. Those are my sources. But let's move on. Dark Souls delayed, but that's whatever. We got games coming regardless. Let's move on to something super interesting. And my god, if they had put these in the game, Zelda would have been even better.
Yes, it would.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Masterworks shares all sorts of interesting concept art, and here we have...
Oh, why could we have had this?
We have 6 concept arts of Divine Beasts that did not make it into the game.
Why not?
They look so dope, too. That's the crazy thing.
We should have all of them.
This crab would have been awesome.
Who could the crab have been for, though? Like, which people could the crab be for?
They could have made more champions than 4. Come on, let's be serious.
But like, okay, let's speculate for a little bit here. If they were to bring the crab, for example, what race of people from the Zelda series could represent that divine beast? I think the freaking what's oh no, they're already in the game.
What, Zora?
I was gonna say the Zoras, but they're already in the game.
Yeah.
Are there any other like water or like?
No, we could have gave him the crab. The elephant could have went somebody else. Like,
you know what? Somebody said to me on Facebook, but like when I posted this on my Facebook, they said, "What if the Zora actually had a whale instead of an elephant, and you had some underwater parts?" And they had this like whale-looking thing over here.
That would have made sense too.
Yeah, they had this like whale-looking creature right here.
They got a whale there in the corner. They have what looks like some sort of
walking city. Octopus. Yeah, that's the jellyfish. I think it looks like
that looks so
like a dinosaur. And an iguana. I guess that's supposed to be a manta ray.
Yeah.
So that's.
I like this one. I like this stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff they should have used. Like,
this is all stuff that could potentially make it into the next Zelda. Like,
probably.
I'm a huge advocate that Zelda had too many shrines, not enough divine beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had it.
This would have been 6 plus
definitely.
4. If they had 10 divine beasts in that game, oh my
god.
It would have been so great.
I would have put another 200 hours into that game.
I mean, right? Like, get rid of those shrines, and shrines were pretty useless. Get rid of the shrines and give us these fine beasts, and that game would have been
fan of the shrines, but I did love those divine beast puzzles. That was fun. So if we can get more in the next Zelda game, I'll be a very happy boy.
Now, that was what I was hoping that we would get for DLC, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I'm so happy I didn't buy that stupid
Daniel got it, and we did have fun with it. I will say that. We did have fun with it, but I wish that the DLC, right, because it's just a fun game in general, but I do wish that the DLC had stuff like this now.
Yeah, this.
That would have been fun.
That would have been amazing.
But,
like, imagine if there was like... Right, like imagine if there was like a, you know, like how in the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where there was like this little hidden village. Like, what if there was like a hidden tribe of Zora people, and they're like for DLC or something, and then like their divine beast like didn't make it because something happened between them and like the king, and they had like this crustacean freaking divine beast, and you had to go and do some stuff with it. Like, that would be so tight.
That would be cool.
But, you know, whatever. They're waiting on the next Zelda now. They don't care about DLC for this game.
It's always interesting to see stuff like this actually get leaked out.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
They had so many different ideas, which still, as far as I'm concerned, these look really cool.
They
could have been interesting.
I hope they put these in the next one. If there is, I'm pretty sure we're getting another one similar.
Do you think they're going to go the Divine Beast route, or do you think they're going to go traditional dungeons?
I think they might mix it. I think they might mix it, traditional with Divine Beast. Because I still like the Divine Beast, but I want some of the traditional.
Yeah.
So I hope they could.
Traditional, because the Divine Beasts were very core to this game.
Yeah, it was. That's true. They might go traditional, but I hope they keep the
next one.
I think that iguana one was probably originally supposed to be the one for the Gerudo.
Yeah, definitely the one on the bottom with the lightning. That was supposed to be Urbosa's.
Yeah, that definitely was.
But what is that though? It looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's like a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur.
It's weird.
Because they were in the desert, they could have did like dinosaur bones or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so that would have made sense. And definitely the crab would have been the Zora.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. This could have been cool. I'm happy with the beast we ended up getting, but like this is just.
It just would have been interesting to have these in there too.
The camel one from the Gerudo Desert was probably one of my favorites, to be honest.
Yeah, I did like him.
That's similar to this one, anyways. Like
it
really is.
4-legged giant beast. It's not that different. But yeah, let's move on. What could have been? What could have been? Bethesda. One of the biggest supporters of the Nintendo Switch since day one, giving us all these AAA games and holding nothing back. Bethesda's working on polishing / optimizing Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus on the Switch, but has nothing to share on the DLC. Here's what they had to say. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, will release on the Switch sometime this year, but it's not quite ready yet. What's up with Bethesda? According to the company, they are focusing on polishing the game, the base game, and optimizing it. And they, for whatever reason, are not talking about the DLC. That's probably going to get announced by Nintendo themselves. Maybe that's why they won't want to talk about it. Because they're giving the generic statement, nothing to share at the moment.
Yeah.
And when they say things like that, that doesn't mean no. Otherwise, they would just simply say no.
Yeah.
So, Wolfenstein 2 is actually looking pretty damn good on the Switch.
Yes, it does.
Surprisingly good. Like, it shits on Doom.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, what they've been able to do just from practicing on their first game and going to Wolfenstein. Because Wolfenstein, graphically, is far more impressive than Doom.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're able to get that game to run on the Switch and look as good as it does, these guys are very good at what they do.
Yeah.
And we already know Wolfenstein 2 is actually going to launch with the motion controls. Of course, this game is 30 FPS. It is what it is, limitation of the Switch. But Doom is one of, if not the smoothest 30 FPS games I've ever played in my life.
Like, Doom is like, it's 30 FPS, but it's so fast that it's like... You're still getting the experience of Doom.
They introduced a lot of motion blur or something, but like that game feels smooth. Of course, it is nowhere near our PCs and what we can play Doom on.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But for a 30 FPS shooting game, I was impressed with how smooth it was. And this game looks better. Visually, it looks better. It looks a little smoother. I saw less frame rate issues, so I'm impressed. Personally, I'm impressed.
Yeah. Hopefully the frame rate issues are either eradicated or just like lessened to such a point that it wouldn't really be so noticeable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's definitely something that people who are learning to optimize games on the Switch haven't quite figured out just yet. Is optimizing that frame rate. So let's hope that they get it right. The more that they have more experience with working on the Switch.
Yeah, and we saw what the hell is it called? Skyrim runs amazingly well, but that's a last gen game. But like this, I think this is the most current game that's launched on the Switch.
Yes, it is. It's the most current.
And it's definitely the most visually impressive game that's launched on the Switch as well. So it's still able to hang with the quote-unquote big boys, but they're doing a good job. And the fact that you can take this game around on the go is nothing short of amazing. But let's move on to something, again, not exciting. Goddamn. Shenmue Remaster Collection launching in 2018. The fabled Shenmue series of adventure games is finally getting remastered, courtesy of Sega.
Who cares?
But in classic Sega fashion, they do one thing right, they do another thing wrong. There's no Switch version. No Switch version.
And it's not even like a real remaster, it's just like an up-res.
This is not a real remaster. This is a port with up-res.
It's basically a lazy get some
this is a quick job. They are not putting in the effort. For a game that's so cherished in people's it's a game that's cherished and revered,
you would
and
think they would,
and people are always talking about this game as one of the best games growing up. I think they're doing this game a disservice.
They're doing
They
great.
just did a full-blown remaster. Like, why didn't they do that?
Shadow of Colossus remaster, basically, is what they should do.
Not coming out anytime soon.
Anytime soon. You have plenty of time to fix
it.
It
Doesn't have anything to do with that one anyways.
Not nothing.
By the creators.
Well, either way, like, this was just to tide people over till the new one, right? And a lot of people never grew up with Shenmue, myself included. I never played Shenmue. So, like, for me, I wouldn't even bother with Shenmue 3 if I can't play these ones, right? But I mean,
I've never played Shenmue, but seeing this, it doesn't make me interested in it. Like, if they it doesn't make me want to get it because it's like you still using the same old ass freaking,
why don't they just remake the game with the current Shenmue 3 engine? Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, upgrade it, give it an actual.
Well, to be fair, Sega doesn't have anything to do with the current Shenmue 3 that's being made.
I don't care about that.
That's not affiliated with Sega.
It's not like Sega doesn't have access to current gen engines.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm saying for the specific one being made for Shenmue 3.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I'm talking about the one too. These two. Don't they?
This remaster job's kind of lazy.
It's very lazy.
To the Switch eventually, like, there's no need to freak out about it. That's a lot of people freaking out. But I'm sure it'll come eventually, much like we saw all these other games that Nintendo announces later, like Crash Bandicoot.
Who knows? Maybe they'll announce Shenmue 1 and 2 for the Switch at
E3. We'll hear
E3.
about Shenmue at E3, and there'll be a big thing that's like, Shenmue, guys, yeah.
That's why you don't own
Same
one
thing
console.
with Okami, it got announced later, right?
Yeah. You know how Nintendo is. They like to announce things later.
To announce it themselves. Because there's two benefits of that. One, they get to control the message and make it seem like it's only coming on the Switch.
True.
And two, when they announce it later, they get all the screen time to themselves and don't have to share it with PlayStation.
With the other platforms, yep.
It is what it is.
And it is what it is. It works good for them. They're smart about it.
Sometimes that's annoying low key though.
It is.
It is.
You still continuously
it's
the waiting game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so they're not announcing it now, so you gotta hold set for whatever reason.
Wait and see, and that's sucks sometimes.
You gotta play a lot of the wait and see game with them.
But the reality is this: if you think that game makes sense on the Switch,
it's more than likely coming to the Switch. Yeah. So you just literally gotta wait and see.
This is not the days of the Wii U. This is a console that sells extremely well.
And it can handle a good portion of these games.
And the games are selling well. So
yeah.
Any game that you think is gonna make it to the Switch, like, I would probably just wait a little bit to get Nintendo to announce it, because I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait for like some big event or them to
like
direct or something.
Capcom with Okami was one of the biggest offenders, because Okami made the most sense on the Switch.
On the Switch, biggest sense.
And we didn't even hear about it until the game had already released on the other versions.
Yeah,
and then we saw it a couple months even after that. So, like, it takes time, because a lot of these games weren't in development for the Switch, because the Switch came out at an awkward time. And it is what it is. You'll get the games eventually. I'll be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked if Shenmue Collection does not come to the Switch.
So be prepared for it. Like, we'll probably either hear about it either at E3, and if not at E3, later this year, because they'll probably want to bring it out sometime stupidly early next year or something, for whatever reason. I mean, not next year, but whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's move on.
But it is what it is.
Sega, we'll get back to you in a minute, Sega.
I
promised you guys we'd talk about your goddamn Labo, okay?
Damn it!
Japan is more excited about Nintendo Labo than God of War.
Woo! Labo! Because reasons!
Woo! Labo!
Alright,
God of War may be enjoying a triumphant return to relevance with its latest installment on the PS4, but that does not mean that its critical success in the West translates into equal popularity on the other side of the world. In fact,
they're weeaboos
if the
anyway.
sales charts of Amazon Japan have anything to go by, Nintendo Labo is providing far more. I don't know why he wrote far more, because you're going to see in a minute. Far more enticing prospect. Nintendo's Labo Variety Kit is currently sitting at #1, with the PS4 God of War is #2. So I guess from #1 to #2 means it's far more relevant, but whatever.
Okay, I don't know.
And Jikoku Powerful Professional Baseball is #3. What the hell is that? And the other Nintendo Labo kit is #4, and Kirby Star Allies rounding off the #5. So there you go. Labo comes out this Friday. As far as I know, I heard some Targets are actually selling them right now. So if you are in desperate need of some cardboard, I think
you could save a little bit of money if you just go behind the Target into the trash bin and get all the cardboard you want. Just saying.
And you can definitely go get that Donkey Kong game and use those stickers to make your Labo look nicer. For some reason, this article says Labo comes out on the 27th. That is not correct. That comes out in 2 days, so they should probably update their article. But yeah, Labo's coming out. You guys getting Labo? I know you guys like cardboard.
I'm waiting for Data
You guys
more.
love cardboard, right? You're just obsessed with it, right?
No, I don't.
I will say this though: if my niece was older, I would probably get it for her. Because I am genuinely interested to see how
like a lot of us are a little bit older Nintendo fans. I'm sure a lot of us have children or nieces or nephews. Now Labo, like real talk. Labo,
I'm sorry, Baby Struggles will destroy Labo in two seconds flat. I ain't got time for that.
Apparently, it's pretty durable.
I ain't got not for her.
Baby Struggles has the power to unplug consoles from TVs.
It doesn't matter. I turn my head for 2 seconds. I swear to God, a child will be on my Labo.
Yeah. My niece is a little too young for Labo, so I won't.
I'll just say this: if I was 10-year-old Alex and I got some Labo for Christmas, I would fucking freak out. This shit would blow my mind. The shit this thing can do. Labo to me, like technically, Labo is extremely impressive. The kind of technology they have in there to mix with cardboard is fucking mind blowing. The shit Nintendo does is crazy to me. But as a grown man,
who thought of that? Like what the?
Yeah, who thought of that?
It's very clever. I'll give them that definitely.
But Labo as a concept, very cool. But as someone who does not have a child and my nephew lives in a different province, I have no use for Labo.
How old is your nephew anyways? Is he even old enough to use Labo?
I'm sure they can figure it. He's a smart kid. But maybe next time I go over there, I'll buy some Labo and we can build this stupid robot together. But
yeah, if my niece was much older, like I would totally like check it out with her.
Cause like this is basically Legos mixed with video games.
And I loved Legos when I was a kid. Like I was a Legos fanatic. I love building things and doing things with my hands.
Legos expensive as hell.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
I didn't realize how much my parents were spending on fucking Legos for me.
I didn't know how.
You became an adult. And you were like, "What the freak?"
Like, how much is this?
You spent $100 on this shit?
Like, I would have told my young go F themselves.
Exactly. Either way, God of War comes out on Friday, and that's what I'm.
You mean Dad of War?
Dad of War.
Sony says if you play God of War, you'll be a better dad.
You know what? That actually might be facts. This go around.
Hey, I believe it. That one quote, "Don't be sorry, be better." That's a fucking dad quote.
I like that.
That is a dad quote.
Don't be sorry. Do better.
Man,
I'm sorry.
I don't know what will. But now let's move back to Sega. Let's go to Sega. Because Sega had their little Sega event over the weekend. I don't know. some fan fest. They announced their Sega Nintendo Classic, their rip-off console. They announced that mini drive. That's pretty cool. It's like this big.
Sega Ages.
I think it's made by At Games again, which does not have a great track record of making little consoles that run well. But with Sega behind the wheel this time, watching them, maybe it'll actually turn out good. We can only hope. But something else more exciting from Sega happened on that same day. It's called Sega Ages. If you don't know, that's Sega spelled backwards. Fucking crazy. Right? See that shit?
Okay, but, Sega, I see you trying to be Nintendo out here making these names and junk.
But man, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Alright, guys? But Sega is bringing back Sega Ages, which basically is some old ass games they're bringing to the Switch. It says they're going to bring 15 games. These are Genesis games. The first 5 have already been announced, and that's going to be the Sega Master System versions of Phantasy Star, Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Sega Genesis versions of Thunder Force 4, and Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as a port of the original arcade version of Gain Ground. Now, I'm not a Sega kid, but the only games out of these that I played are Sonic the Hedgehog and Alex Kidd. I didn't play this one. I played a different Alex Kidd game.
Yeah, me too.
But are you guys excited? Are you guys excited for Sega Ages?
I mean,
no, not really.
I was a Sega kid, but like there's only.
I mean, where's Vector Man? I mean.
Well, there's 15 total, so there's more. There's 10 more on the way.
Okay, well, if they don't have Vector Mastery.
Any examples of what you want on there? I'd like some Comic Zone. Real's always hyping up that game.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah. I was a Sega kid, but these games in particular don't mean anything.
Altered Beast.
Oh, they gotta have fucking Streets of Rage, right?
I mean, I would hope so, but yeah.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
What does it say here? This collection will mark the first time that several Sega titles have had official launches in the West. That's interesting. They are launching in summer 2018, so that's actually pretty close. They give a little breakdown of what this is. Let's see. Sega Ages is a series of classic Sega games being released on a Nintendo Switch, developed by M2, the Japanese developer known for high-quality ports of classic games such as the popular Sega 3D classics on the Nintendo 3DS. Sega Ages aims to bring prominent titles from Sega's legacy catalog to fans around the world. So, again, this is basically what we want to transition to our main topic about the Virtual Console. Now, when you see Sega Ages, you see these Genesis games, you think to yourself, why wouldn't they just wait to launch this on the Virtual Console? Why is Sega purposely taking the initiative to launch 15 games separately on the eShop? And not only that, but Sega says if those games do well, they will bring over Sega Saturn and Sega Dreamcast games over to the eShop as well. And you think to yourself, why don't they just bring it to the eShop Virtual Console, the Virtual Console instead of the eShop? Doesn't that make more sense? That's the purpose of the Virtual Console. And that's got a lot of people, a lot of Nintendo YouTubers spinning the wheels, thinking, is the Virtual Console dead? So I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. Has Sega let loose the truth that we're not going to get a Virtual Console this generation, and Sega's just being proactive and launching their games before everybody else does?
I mean, if there's a success in this, let's just say for a moment, if there's a success of this and Nintendo sees it, all they gotta do is just do their thing, and it'll drop Sega right out of the water for a Virtual Console. But I don't think it means that they're not gonna do one. I don't know. Nintendo's just being very finicky about that shit. Nah, I don't know. We'll have to. It's another case of the wait and see that we're so used to. That I don't know what to say. I don't understand what the problem is. You can make money in seconds by dropping that.
Now, what if I sweeten the pot here and I also throw in another theory? Nintendo is purposely holding back the Virtual Console to allow indie games and third-party games to not only sell well, but to flourish. What do you think?
Okay, well, I guess I'll speak on both of them.
Go ahead.
Okay, so first question was, do I think that Sega is using their Sega Ages
Wait, let me just hit my spawn wave pose real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
so your first question was asking if Sega was doing this because they're trying to get the jump on Nintendo since they're not doing their Virtual Console at the moment. I don't think that's the case. I think that probably what's really going on here is Sega finally understands that they have a fan base out there who is nostalgic for their games, and they realize that they have been sleeping on their IPs. Since they ain't making no new games, they're like, well, hell, we might as well just sell them my old games. So I feel like that's pretty much the mentality that's going on right now. Since they don't want to make any like new ActRaisers and new Streets of Rages, then they'll just sell us the old ones, and it is what it is. And to be honest, it's not really a new thing for Sega, because remember some time back they put their old games on cell phones.
Yeah.
And I think they did it on PC as well. I don't remember if they put it on
for a short while on PC. Yeah.
I don't remember what they called it at the time, but it was like some kind of branding thing they were talking about. what was it called?
Some Sega Drive something or other.
Yeah, Sega Mega Drive collection, something like that. But anyway, they've done it before. They had one of those
on 360.
Yeah, so they've done it before, but so I don't really understand what this Sega Ages thing is supposed to be about. I don't know if it's the same thing, if it's a rebranding or what. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's not new because I have it on PC. Okay. But as far as what Nintendo was doing with their virtual console and whether or not they're trying to make way for indies to thrive on the virtual console, honestly, what I think is really going on with Nintendo and the virtual console is they're trying to brainstorm ways to make the virtual console system make sense in regards to their in-house developers and what they have the propensity to do. And what I basically mean by that is, remember how during the Wii U days, the reason why they said that the virtual console games were slow to come to the eShop is because they simply did not have the manpower. So I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out if the virtual console as a concept still makes sense for what they're trying to do with their infrastructure at the time. I think that the way that they do virtual console, it doesn't really have anything to do with the indies. That's just a roundabout way of me saying I don't think it has anything to do with indies and letting indies thrive. Even though it's a good thing that the virtual console is not here because they would eat the eShop alive. The top 15 would be straight up virtual console games. That's what I'm saying. Right. I think it has more to do with Nintendo and them trying to find ways on how to get those games out faster and get them out more efficiently, so that it just works better on their end of things. That's what I really think it is.
All right, now we're gonna kick it up a notch because I'm gonna throw in something else. Curveball here. What if Nintendo is holding back the virtual console to tie it into their online network system and create a Game Pass style?
That's what I figured they were doing. They're doing. That's what I felt like they were going to be doing anyway.
Because the way that they worded on their Nintendo Online thing, where they're going to offer you like these games or whatever as an incentive to subscribe, I think that's what they're going to do.
I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah.
I think they decided to let you keep it. I think they took away that takeaway.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yeah, because remember, people were kind of complaining about that, and then they took it out. They're not going to take it away anymore.
Well, because it's not good value.
It's really not. Yeah. So yeah, they're going to try to monetize the virtual console stuff in different ways.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Like them flooding the eShop, or not the eShop, them flooding the virtual console with a bunch of NES games and SNES games in the short term is good for them.
Yeah.
But long term, all that does is hurt their partners.
Yeah, definitely. And so they have to be very careful.
15 games are all Nintendo SNES games.
Right.
Nobody else can be even seen because it's already, as we talked about earlier in the podcast, it's already so hard
to find
filter through and find games on the eShop. And those virtual console games, like, that would fill it up even more.
Yes, it would.
I'm not sure. Like, I want to believe that Nintendo is doing this on purpose to allow these guys to flourish, because that would mean they're genuinely trying to get better support and work with these other companies to help them thrive. And that would be great, because as a platform owner, you want everyone on your console. And Nintendo is the only company that can stifle competition on their console.
Yeah,
they are.
They are. This is how I would hope things turn out. So you know how they talked about how fix the eShop so you can see things better and all that stuff, and how we're talking about right now that it's possibility we'll have to pay in order to get the virtual console stuff. So an ideal world would be that the virtual console stuff would be separated on the eShop, as a virtual console only like shop storefront, and then you have the eShop as the eShop storefront for like the for all the indies and whatnot, and they have it set up to where you can the user can actually filter things how you want to filter it, as opposed to them filtering it themselves. So you can set it up to your wish list being up front, or you can set it up to the newest stuff that just came on the eShop, or you can set it up to the first for 2 weeks or something, like the newest stuff for the last couple of weeks. Those are the things that you'll see on the front. Then you can set it up to just the virtual console stuff. I just want virtual console stuff to show.
And I was gonna go that route.
I hope that's the thing.
I was gonna go that route too. What you just said, because you know how on the 3DS there's like the eShop, and then there's like the theme shop. Like the theme has its own shop. Like you will not see themes on the eShop. It has its own little section. That's the way.
That's the best way they could do that.
Console, yes.
Do not mix those two together because it will drown out it'll drown out eShop stuff completely. You need to have the virtual console literally have its own storefront.
Exactly.
Separate from the rest.
Exactly.
So we'll see. I'm sure we're
see
gonna
how they do it.
The next couple months.
Hey, Nintendo, if you're listening to us, take that into account. I doubt they are.
Well, if themes even come to the Switch, we don't know. But,
that would be nice.
Personally, for what I want from the Virtual Console, I want it to be like Game Pass, because I think Game Pass is amazing, and if Nintendo could mimic that and just put their own little Nintendo twist on it, and we have access to all those NES games and SNES games for a 1 monthly fee, that would be great.
And one thing that they should specifically also bring to it, if it's anything like Game Pass, is the option to also download and keep the game. So you can either stream it or you can download it and keep it. I feel like that's the biggest draw to a service like that.
That's why Game Pass is so great, though. Yeah. You can actually download the game. You don't have to stream it.
Exactly.
I don't think Nintendo's ready to stream games anyways. But.
So let me ask you this then. If they did it like that, could it potentially be the way how, like how for PlayStation Plus, whenever you get like your free games for the month or whatever, like there's this own little like PlayStation Plus section where okay, this is where your PlayStation Plus games are
they would do that. They would. I think they keep it separate just for the sake of making it easy to find.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the whole idea is to get you to pay for the service, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they're gonna make that as easy as possible.
I feel like that would be the best choice.
But as it is right now, I'm not missing the Virtual Console as much as I thought I would.
I don't miss it either. Like I feel, you know what? It's crazy because I remember during the Wii U era, the only thing that we was really talking about with them Virtual Console games.
There's no games.
Virtual Console, exactly.
There was no games to play, but now there's games galore. So it's like don't really need it.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I would be okay if Nintendo completely omitted the Virtual Console this generation.
Right.
Like I'm at that point.
Yeah, like it's not necessary, but
it's getting right now with those indie games and third-party games. Like,
they're doing wonderful right now.
On the Switch right now that I don't care if I can't play Super Mario World for the 100th time. Like,
it's like I mean it'll be around.
I'm gonna be real. If those Super Nintendo games were there, I would not be trying these indie games.
Yeah, exactly. And don't get me wrong, if they bring the Virtual Console, I would be happy. I'm not saying don't bring the Virtual Console, but I don't miss it right now.
It's just a matter of bring it when it's bring it. Make sure it's if you do bring it in a way that it's not going to be like flooding the eShop and screwing us over from actual games that are actually pretty fun to play that we would have missed out on had the Virtual Console been thrown on the market. Because we know right now we would have all been playing Virtual Console games and missed out on a lot of these indie games that really did well.
I think a lot of people just don't take into realization that the Virtual Console will basically it will kill
the eShop. It'll kill a lot of games on the eShop. I mean, and right now the eShop's doing its own job of making it detrimentally hard to find certain games that are worth our while. But hopefully they fix that debacle and we'll be able to pick up games and play really good games that we may have missed. But like, for the most part, if Nintendo literally tomorrow just dropped the Virtual Console with nothing else and just flooded the market, it's a done data. There's no way.
Exactly. Like, do you really think that people would buy freaking Axiom Verge versus Super Metroid? No.
Right. No, they would get the actual thing.
Super Metroid.
They would just get Super Metroid because most people would just want. Why would you buy the imitation if you can have the real thing? There's no point.
Because it's like, oh, I can play this platform I've never played before, but I got Super Mario 3 over here. I know
exactly. Exactly.
Like, man, this way you take more chances.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm thankful that they did do it.
I'm not saying I don't want Virtual Console. I don't want.
Don't get us wrong. We do want Virtual Console.
Yeah, I'm just saying
it's a blessing they didn't do it right.
Don't miss it.
Exactly. I think that's pretty much how we pretty much all feel for the most part.
Yeah, it's like you're not really. Let's just be honest. Half the people who have a Switch right now are not missing out on anything as far as the Virtual Console. You've had all these, there's all these freaking games that we've had and all the stuff that we've been playing. Nobody's missing the Virtual Console, but it'll be nice. It'll be a nice addition when or they just throw it in there. Just do it responsibly and don't flood the market. Don't screw over the little guys. because they're finding a lot of success on the Switch, and
they really are.
And if Virtual Console pops in,
There's a lot of indie games on the Switch that don't even come to the other consoles, which is interesting to me.
Yeah,
they're using the Switch as like an experiment or something.
Yeah, it's like the next. It's like a Steam away from Steam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you know what's crazy? I was reading an article that 50% of Steam revenue comes from like only a few games.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's funny.
There's so many games on Steam, and there's so many that launch every day that, and like a lot of them just don't make.
Just
money.
get ignored.
They just don't. Yeah, they get ignored. It's just so many games that come out. They don't regulate Steam like they need to.
Switch, like there's less games than Steam, obviously, because Steam's
obviously.
Like,
yeah.
And these games are selling well, and they're finding success. How many times have we heard success stories like, "Oh, Blossom Tales sold 20 times better on the Switch than it did on Steam"? Like, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Or shit like
they're getting the
had
exposure
the
they
launch
needed.
out of all the consoles on the Switch. Shovel Knight came out on every console, but it still had the best launch on the Switch.
And some of these indies are on other consoles, just doing Switch. It's just it's a really good platform for indie.
Switch is made for indies.
It's definitely good for indies, and don't count indies out. Indies are on fire, right? They're doing a good job.
Games.
They really are.
And some of them are on a level of AAA, like with that one. What was that one game?
Hellblade.
Hellblade, there. Yeah.
Hellblade is fire.
The more games like that with the indie background and have the AAA kind of format. Oh my God! Can you imagine?
We need more games like that on the Switch.
We definitely do.
They should get Hellblade on the Switch.
I think that'd be interesting.
It can run.
I think it'll run. I think it'll run fine.
It
won't look as
gorgeous.
good.
Like,
it won't look as
It's not an open world game. It's very linear.
Yeah, it's linear. It's not gonna look as good. We already know that. We already know that. But if you're getting a Switch,
ultra wide.
Yeah, but if you're getting a Switch for visuals, you're stupid anyway. Like, get a PC. Yeah. So you're getting a Switch for the,
Hellblade on the go. My God, Hellblade on the go with the headphones in the dark. Good God.
Oh yeah, that would actually be pretty freaky.
That would be amazing. But let's get into questions.
He said, "How would Alex know about any place?" Unforgiven talking crap.
What?
He says, "How would you know about?"
Oh, is he talking about Celeste again?
Yeah, well, you don't even play Celeste.
Oh Jesus, this guy in Celeste.
He won't let it go.
He won't let it go. He loves Celeste too much.
He won't
let me look at the questions. People, if you want to ask questions, go to the Team Red Discord and go to the questions section. We have a few here. I'll pull it up on the main screen. You guys can see that too.
There, I put a link in the.
Here, put a link there. Okay.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I'll do this like that. Okay. Well, anyways, this is from T Dude. Since Nintendo has uploaded the 2 additional characters in Octopath Traveler, do you think them and Square Enix are hyping up for the Switch exclusive 16-bit style JRPG?
Huh.
It is exclusive, so of course they're gonna hype it up. That game, like every time I see that game, I get more excited.
Yeah. It looks better and better each time.
Good. Like that demo was incredible.
Yeah.
Every time they show more cool shit. That game is gonna be fantastic.
A part of me wonders if people are gonna sleep on it because of the art style.
I think it's gonna be a sleeper.
It's gonna be a sleeper. A lot of people are gonna sleep on it and probably pick it later.
It depends how much more Nintendo talks about it, I guess.
But they need to bring more light to it, definitely.
What the fuck? That's from Matthew Pipes, the bridesmaid. Since we got Dad of War on its way, when are we getting Mama Netta?
You mean Melf Netta?
Probably. Mama Meta, if you guys don't know, he's referring to Bayonetta.
To Bayonetta, yeah. Melf Netta.
Bayonetta 3, I would imagine, is a 2019 game. We had a little back and forth with Terminator Juice about this on Twitter. He is in what he believes, for whatever reason, because he wants to downplay Dad of War, that Bayonetta is going to come out this year, but I am in full belief that this is a 2019 game.
Yeah, me too.
Ain't nowhere near.
Ain't nowhere near. If it come out this year, I expect it not to do well.
And I sure as hell don't want them to rush my favorite franchise.
Please do not.
Definitely do
you
not.
can kick that game in 2019.
Take your sweet time.
Kaguya-sama.
I want her curves all
2020 for all
accounted for.
Yes, we got games to play. Bayonetta can wait.
Give me some more costumes for her too. I need to dress up my baby girl.
Another game that doesn't need to get rushed for 2018 is goddamn Metroid Prime 4.
They better not.
But you know, it is what it is. God of War doing well makes some guys very mad. But let's move on.
My thing is, like, Nintendo already had a bomb 2017. Let somebody else have a chance this year. You know?
No, don't let up. Fuck them.
Here's the thing that I don't understand, and this is just a little aside. Like, Nintendo guys and Sony guys hate it when other people get good games. I don't understand that. Like, can you let somebody else have a chance? Like.
It's unreasonable to think only Nintendo makes good games.
That's crazy to me. Like, that is wild. Like, Nintendo had a great 2017. They had 2 games competing for Game of the Year.
They have 2 97 Metacritic rated games.
We haven't seen something. We haven't seen something like this. Wow.
Dude, like,
Nintendo has 2 games competing for Game of the Year.
People don't even grasp how amazing that is. The first year launch of a console, they have 2
games for Game of the Year.
That's 97 is almost untouchable. They're very, very exclusive list of games on that on the 97 range. Nintendo had 2 of them in their first year. Just to put that into context, Xbox One came out in 2013. Their highest rated game is 91. That's their only game in the 90+ club. Nintendo had 2 in their first fucking year.
And they both were Game of the Year contenders. That's the thing. The score is like whatever, but they were Game of the Year contenders.
The score is what made them Game of the Year contenders. Yeah. But this year it's God of War. It is what it is. The game looks incredible.
And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm sure Labo will win Cardboard of the Year.
It doesn't really matter when you're getting. Does it really matter when you're getting Pokemon and Smash Brothers?
Accessory of the year.
Like, does it really matter? Like, we're getting Pokemon and Smash this year.
We're getting Smash for sure. Fire Emblem for sure. Yeah. Pokemon, I'm in full belief Pokemon is this year because they have an excellent track record of coming out every year. So I have no reason to believe otherwise. But Nintendo's having a fantastic year. Sony's having a fantastic year. There's one guy that's not, but maybe next year.
But hey, it's always one person's the punching bag, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. The Xbox U. Bad Latency asks, have you guys heard of the Xenosaga series might getting remastered for the Nintendo Switch?
I would definitely play it.
My nipples!
I would definitely play
Don't tease me like that!
Do not tease us, sir.
Do not tease me like that.
I hope that's true.
I hope that's true. I would definitely scoop.
I'll scoop that.
I hope it's a real remaster, not a fucking Shenmue remaster.
Right. Let's go. Come on,
I don't want that Sega remaster. I want that.
I want that Nintendo money remastered.
I want that freaking Shadow of the Colossus.
Except for the Twilight Princess remaster. Don't give us that either.
Don't give us that either.
A Shadow of Colossus would be amazing.
Yeah, give me something similar to that.
Sony does remakes the best. Let's just be
I'll
real.
Give them that credit. Yeah.
That Shadow of Colossus remake
that was beautiful.
That was breathtaking. How beautiful!
So beautiful. Just to see it again and you just be like, God. Because you felt that back in the day. Today, and the fact that Alex never played it, so that was his first time playing it. So I can imagine his looking at it like, and I'm looking at it again like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. So yeah.
But let's hope that's true. Xenosaga on the Switch.
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna poke my nipples if that happens.
Make sure you do it on stream so people can come through.
Okay.
I thought make sure she do it on stream.
If Xenosaga is a thing, I'll poke my nipples.
Do it on the next stream.
You gotta do that. That'll get a lot of views.
Yes.
If I can get my camera to work.
This is from Cloudy Mind. How would you guys feel if Nintendo re-releases Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for the Switch?
I love Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, but that's a no.
I want the new one.
I would rather just have the new one.
Monster Hunter.
Just give us World. I think Capcom, you can
World.
Give us World. Give us a moderate version of World. Come on.
This guy didn't ask a question, so whatever. We're moving back to Matthew Pipes. Do you all think Nintendo is holding back on strong first-party support this year on purpose so that they can have third parties and indies get their games onto the system.
I can see
they
that.
did.
But
Well, they did roll their load first.
Really not holding back first party though.
They're not. They still have more first party coming out. It's just.
It's not as. It's just
But it's
not.
not-
heavy
it's not-
hitting as last year.
We can admit that it's not as strong as it was last year.
First year was
However-
definitely stronger, but you guys got to remember, this year we got a Kirby, that was brand
Right.
Yeah.
new. Yoshi's coming, that's brand new.
Mhm.
Fire Emblem, that's brand new. Smash Brothers, that's brand new.
Okay.
Mario Tennis, that's brand new. We're getting
They're all
Donkey Kong.
new.
We're
Well,
getting
except
Donkey
for that
Kong.
one.
We're getting Captain Toad. We're getting Hyrule Warriors.
Pokemon.
That's what and Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yep.
6 new games and 3 remasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's not
damn
bad.
good.
That's not
Well,
bad.
you know what? I think I would feel the brunt of it when they actually come. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? It's
It
because
feels like-
it's. Let's be straight up. It's because the specs, but they already blew their load first year, so now they got to do the other, first party stuff.
Yeah,
And
they're
this is the
not
stuff
like
that-
ultra
Yeah.
hitters like Mario
Yeah.
and Zelda, but like
we get it, but
that's 9
but these are
first party
still good
Nintendo
games.
games
Yeah,
throughout
these
the
are
year.
still good games.
I think that when we're in like the eye of the storm, when freaking like Smash Brothers and
It's-
and
yeah,
Pokemon
it's-
comes,
we're
it's
calming
really gonna be
down.
like whoosh. You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
like the eye of the
We're
storm.
really
It's
gonna
calm.
feel-
Things are cool,
Yeah.
chill, but don't worry. This winter is.
They're having a good year.
Yeah.
It might not be as strong as the last year, but with Pokemon,
It's still
and
a good
Smash,
year. You
that
still
is
have
An
games.
open
damn
world
good
Zelda
year.
and like a sandbox 3D Mario proper, like it's hard to
Yeah,
beat.
like here's the question you should be asking yourself: are there still games? Yes.
True.
So
Yeah, there's a
there
lot
should be
of
no
them.
problems. There's lots
They're
of
having
games.
a very consistent stream of
They're
games.
still very consistent as far as games are concerned. You can't even
That's
be mad
true.
about that.
That's true. I think
But,
a lot.
yeah, there's still room for third parties and indies, which is good.
Right. Which is good. You want
They
them
just have
be able
to
get in
time
there
their
too.
releases accordingly. That's
Yeah, they don't want to overshadow and flood.
You don't want to be the
market and all
dumbass
that.
that launches your game along Pokemon.
Right.
That's
You do
just
not
bad
wanna
for
be that
business.
person. But when you think about it, they've kind of been doing that though, because let's keep it real. Kirby's cool, but like if
But
you're
not everybody's
if you're
out
a
there
third
buying
party publisher releasing
You
a
ain't worried
game
about
around
Kirby.
Kirby, like you ain't
You'll
really
be
gotta
fine.
worry about Kirby.
Yeah, you'll
feel
be
me?
fine. There's only a select
You
few
know,
get up Kirby.
You don't want to be that silly motherfucker that launches his game next week to Smash. Like, you don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to do that. Like, oh,
That-
Smash
that
is coming
guy-
out.
That guy's having a rough Christmas. That guy ain't making no money.
Nobody cares about what's going on
Nobody
that
cares.
side. We got Smash, or like, who cares? Like, if somebody
let's
Somebody
see
said
here.
Nintendo blew their load last year. Let them have their sandwich and cigarette.
God damn.
But to be honest, it's not
Okay,
like they're going light this year because Smash
They're
and
not.
Pokemon are huge
So-
games.
I don't know why people have this impression that Nintendo's not going hard in 2018. Like, they're
Like,
dropping a lot of
I guess
games.
it's because the early.
Because it's
I
Mario
guess
and
we're
Zelda.
still
It's
only
hard
in
to
April.
beat.
And like I said, Mario and Zelda is hard to beat, but that's the point. That's why they dropped it first. They got to get them out there so people will pick up a
to buy
Switch.
the console, yeah.
They got to get them to pick up the Switch. You have to have hard hitters.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it like this: if the year that we are having right now was the first year of the Switch, do you think the Switch would do good?
Probably not. Not as well.
Probably not. Probably not. Nobody will be running out.
Nobody's running out to
Switch
get a Switch for Kirby.
Right, nobody out here for no Kirby like that. Sure, that's my blue and all, but
Me
I'm
and
not
Coupon will
delusional.
be the only ones getting our
be the
Switches
only
on
ones out here
Kirby.
getting a Switch for some Kirby. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
delusional.
if they launched the console and it came with Kirby instead of Breath of the Wild, I'd be like, I'm gonna wait a bit.
Ain't nobody. Yeah, like, and you.
Exactly.
I would have waited till Mario.
There's, and then if they, yes.
Yeah, let's move on here. Miguel, that I don't know. Well, man, Reggie would run out of air trying to get to me. But Muhammad asked, just for fun, how could Nintendo ruin E3? I'll tell you how, buddy. They can show us the Xbox games.
Labo.
They can show us Sea of Thieves, guy. That's how they can ruin E3.
Labo.
Wow.
But for real, how Nintendo could ruin E3?
Labo.
They can show us just a bunch of Amiibo,
Not
show us a bunch of
waste
Labo,
Time with Labo.
spend half the show talking about 3DS. I'll lose my
Just
Which
don't
they've done
3DS.
before, by the way.
Do
They've
not
done it
waste
before.
that time with 3DS. Do not waste your time with Labo.
That-
they do
if,
even worse
if that
than
show is even
2015.
remotely close to 50% 3DS, that is an instant fail.
That is an instant loss.
Hilarious.
Let's see. Matthew, the bridesmaid, writes, what mistakes that you want Nintendo to fix in Smash 5 that Smash 4 had?
We need a proper adventure mode.
And they need to fix that dog shit online.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and
oh my god. Yes.
And the blasphemy. And the blasphemy.
Thing, other than the online, though, definitely the single player campaign.
Yeah, and the blasphemy that is the freaking Ice Climbers game.
Bring Ice Climbers back or I will riot.
You know what else it needs to fix? Ganon needs to be L'Oreal Ganon.
He needs to be L'Oreal Ganon.
Yes.
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 I need my husband in the game.
L'Oreal Ganon. Yes.
I need my L'Oreal.
We already know we're getting Breath of the Wild Link. They definitely can't do Breath of the Wild Ganon because that one.
They need to update Zelda too, but then I don't know if they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna do Sheik separate or not. It might be Breath of the Wild.
They might not even bring Sheik back. You don't know, right?
No, they might keep Sheik as a separate character, and if they do, that's fine. She can stay Sheik.
If they keep her as a separate character, yeah, that would work.
They could.
Yeah,
I want Prince Sidon as a character. Can they?
Oh my god, yes,
please.
Yes.
And his finishing move is just smiling.
Sidon. I'll take Sidon, or I'll take.
Go like this, and everyone on the screen dies.
His award-winning smile will blind everybody, and they'll just fly off the stage.
But you guys, we got Breath of the Wild Link. Do you think his finisher is gonna be freaking?
His finisher is gonna be ancient.
It's gonna be the champions.
Oh
when they do their thing and they shoot the lasers, it's gonna be the champions.
Oh,
that
maybe.
would be amazing.
He summons all the champions. I'm betting his finisher is gonna be ancient arrow.
I would.
I think it's gonna be the champions. I'm gonna say champions just for the hell of it. His finisher is gonna be. I think it's gonna be the champions. I think all the champions.
It would be really cool though if his finisher was he would fly in midair and everyone slows down and he could just launch arrows at you.
Those ancient arrows. Oh my
God. Exactly. That'd be amazing.
Yes. This is giving me life.
Do it, Cry-Rai.
Make it happen.
Cry-Rai.
Cry-Rai.
Alright, let's see. Unforgiven asks, do you think Dark Souls Remastered is delayed because the developer wants more time to include an all-new Funky Kong mode?
You know what? Just get out of here.
Why do we waste our time answering Unforgiven's questions? Why do we waste our time?
Funky Kong mode in Dark Souls Remastered is probably the only way I would even bother playing that game.
Wow.
If I could play as Funky Kong.
Why do we waste our time
just give me a Tanuki suit and then I'll play Dark Souls, because forget all that hard mode bullshit. I'm not gonna try hard. I ain't got time.
Great. I love Unforgiven. You are the GOAT.
We're never reading your questions again, by the way.
Alright, Mohammed asks,
2018.
Right? You're bad.
Mohammed asks, what new Smash Brothers character would generate the highest amount of hype and sensation among a wider gaming community?
What new Smash Bros. character?
Non-Nintendo fans.
It would have to be a third-party character.
Probably Shantae. Maybe
no, not Shantae.
Maybe
she's not widespread enough.
Nah, that's true. Not Shovel Knight. No.
Doom Guy.
That would be interesting.
Doom Guy would be fucking.
Doom Guy would be freaking
Doom Guy, yes. I say Doom Guy.
Doom Guy.
Does he have a name? He does not have a name.
No, he's just the Doombringer.
He's just the Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Doom Slayer. Okay, then call him Doom Slayer. There you go. That's a name.
I just like calling him Doom Guy.
Doom Guy sounds cheesy though.
That's who he is, Doom Guy.
Like, can we talk about stuff like Batman? Batman is a video game character, technically.
He ain't never gonna show up.
And that would definitely bring in a wider community of non-Nintendo
Yeah, definitely would, but people we don't
because, like, Injustice, they brought Ninja Turtles. That was cool.
Oh, they look so good in the game.
So good.
Those are the Ninja Turtles that I know.
Yes.
Those are the Ninja Turtles I grew up with.
Not those
I don't know what the fuck they're doing in that new
now.
cartoon, but it is what it is.
Yes, you're right. Those are the Ninja Turtles that I grew up with. Those are the real ones.
I legit cried when I saw that trailer.
People think that they look whack. I think they look great in the
They look so awesome.
Yo, these people have fucking rose-colored glasses. They don't remember.
Well, that's because they grew up.
Did they not have a childhood? If you hate the Ninja Turtles in Injustice, you did not have a childhood.
Exactly.
They didn't grow up with those turtles.
You grew up in a fucking Labo box and didn't have no TV.
You grew up with those whack-ass turtles.
Ew.
Whack ass turtles. We got the real ones.
Oh, those new Ninja Turtles.
They're so whack.
Disgusting. But so
Ninja
let's
Turtles for
move
Smash.
on. So I guess we all agreed on Doomslayer.
Goku for Smash.
Yeah.
Now that would bring in a lot of people. If they add
I think Goku.
That'd be very cool.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't
want to
see Goku in Smash.
Wait.
He'd be the
No,
one.
I guess Goku would bring the most attention, but he's so overpowered to a ridiculous level.
Well, obviously they would dumb him down, but
Yeah.
I just don't want his bitch ass in the game. I would be fine with Vegeta, but not Goku.
and that's what I'm saying. If you put Vegeta in, I'm tired of Goku having to be the main to put in a game for put Vegeta.
As long as it's not Yamato.
Piccolo even. I don't care.
I mean, but Bandai Namco, they've been doing a really good job with Smash Brothers. So I mean, they do have Pac-Man, and that's their representative. But Goku, I think we're bringing.
But they're not working on it this time around. It's
true.
the other guys.
It's Hudson, right?
It's
Hal.
Yeah,
Hal Studios.
We'll see. They had their chance to put Goku in. I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't think it's gonna happen at this point.
So let's just go with Doomslayer.
Okay, we'll go with him because they're working hardcore with Bethesda, so hey.
Yeah, Bethesda's doing hard body, so I would be kind of surprised if Bethesda doesn't get a nudge.
I mean, we've got Snake at one point out of the blue. So I don't see how
we didn't really have a Metal Gear game except for one on the 3DS.
Yeah, and that was during that time. We understand why we got Cloud and everybody this time around. So
Miguel asked, "Do you think that Starfield is gonna still come to the Switch? What the hell is Starfield?
What is Starfield?
I don't know. We're gonna say yes.
We're not sure.
Is it that game where you have the little ships made of toys and you play with the ships?
You know what? Is that it? I don't think it's called Starfield. I thought it was called something else.
Let me look this up real quick.
Let's look it up real quick.
Fucking obscure ass games.
I know, right?
Can't you show us something that people know?
That game actually looks cool, even though it's Toys to Life. I don't
it's a rumored Bethesda game.
Is it a rumor? I don't know.
So Bethesda's space RPG game Starfield releases this fall. You know what? I think it will come. Yeah. If it's Bethesda with the amount of support they're giving and the sales they've been receiving, they'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
It's like Garfield, but with stars. Shut up, unforgivable. A Garfield game could be tight. Okay.
Chariot Man, what games do you guys want to see at E3?
Pikmin 4!
Pikmin!
I do not care about Pikmin, but I want to see more Bayonetta 3, of course. I want to see my Pokemon. But if you're talking about unannounced stuff, I want to see what the hell Retro is making!
Oh my god. Why did you bring that up? I forgot. I made myself forget.
I want to see what they're doing.
I want to know.
Yeah, Starlink is the game, Jerry. You're right. It's Starlink.
Starlink.
Starlink is the Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
But Retro is what I want to see. I'm sure Nintendo's got a lot of surprises for us. I think we're gonna see a lot of third party.
I think Nintendo's really gonna blow us out of the water.
They probably they're
I think they're gonna kill everybody at E3.
Yeah, it's definitely quiet on the.
They've been very quiet
Nintendo's too quiet. They're too
quiet.
Yeah,
super. Look at the 2 directs we had. We had.
Let me put it to you this way: you don't announce Smash Brothers at some random direct if you don't have fire at E3.
Right,
man.
I'll put it to you that way.
And E3 is only a couple months away too. Oh my god.
So let's see. What would be your personal tier list of Nintendo franchises? There's too many, though.
There's too
many.
Well, let's do top 3. How about that?
Top 3? Ooh, even that's still hard.
Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong. Done.
For you?
Wait, no. Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart. Yeah.
For me, Zelda, Mario.
Mario's not your top 3. Shut the hell up. Don't you lie to me. Mario. Lie to my face.
He's like, you lying ass bitch.
I don't like Mario. Come on. How many times I gotta keep telling you this? But Zelda, Mario, and I don't know. For me,
gosh, this is just hard.
Whatever. Just throw whatever in there.
I would say
those are the top 2 for me.
For me, it would be Zelda, Metroid, Pikmin.
Oh.
My list is probably different than a lot of other people.
I'll throw Bayonetta in there since she's a thing.
Oh, Coupon. You're talking to Coupon.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kirby's not your top 3 Coupon. That's amazing.
Well, because he's not a top character.
But for you, your personal.
For me, I love him, yes, but I'm not delusional. Calm down.
No, this is top 3 personal franchises.
Okay, but he's not a personal franchise.
I thought he's your favorite.
He's not in her
franchise.
personal.
He's just a favorite character.
I see.
Yeah, Zelda's always gonna be my top because that is literally the franchise that made me a gamer.
Yeah.
Mine is Mario. Let's see. What blah 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 blah. Do you think Nintendo would have got rid of that cell phone voice app when the Switch online service launches later this year?
If they don't, I'm
they
a
better. They gonna have a pride and accomplishment moment.
I think they're getting rid of it because, like, didn't we see a report that like less than 17% of people?
Yeah, there's like less than that. Yeah,
and they've had like a biblical amount of backlash on that shit.
I'm gonna tell you this: if they keep this cell phone thing, I'm gonna get on my real gamer type stuff. I'm gonna come and do an hour rant. Okay, I'm gonna make a thumbnail with the crying.
Are you gonna be real angry, or are you gonna be real gamer angry?
There we go.
She's gonna have the crying Jordan.
You're gonna have the crying Jordan face over Reggie. We're giving you a new experience.
Or to make it even worse, the crying.
I'm gonna be real angry though. I'm not gonna be like fake angry like how Real Gamer be in his videos.
Oh damn.
He be fake.
But yeah, I personally think they're done with the cell phone shit. I think they wanted to try something new and basically
it didn't go well, so they were like, okay, scrap that.
Because like, there is no reason the Switch can't have it built in.
Yeah.
Right. They have it in the system. It's already been.
It's capable of doing so.
It's capable.
It's just a matter of them allowing
turning it on and making it happen.
Okay, and this is gonna be, I think this is the last question here. Non-gaming question. Who here is going to see Incredibles 2 when it hits theaters in June?
This girl.
I will.
I'm throwing those on everybody's kids. Get out of my way. I'm gonna come and see this. I've been waiting.
I'm gonna be smacking all the children.
Incredibles 1 came out, what, like 10 years ago?
Yeah,
so long ago, yes. All I know is I was still, great movie. I think I was still a teenager. My Jesus.
That's still one of my
I was even a kid
Pixar
when Incredibles came out, but I still enjoyed it a lot.
I'm hoping that it's as good, if not better, than the first one. That's usually hard with sequels.
That is hard.
But like,
true, it is. Yes.
Because like Cars 2 was a fucking train wreck. But like, I'm hoping Incredibles 2 is good. Like for the trailer that we saw, it looked pretty solid. So
okay, Incredibles came out in 2000.
2000?
Yeah, 2000.
18 years ago?
Yeah.
Incredibles came out 18 years ago?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
What?
This was saying right here, The Incredibles. 2004 action adventure.
Oh, 2004. I thought you said 2000.
No, I said 2004.
Oh. I heard 2000. Well, anyway, so that's what?
I was pretty
14 years ago.
I was 24 then.
I was 17.
Wow. Yeah, 14 years ago. That's brutal. I was
2004. Yeah, I was.
I was about 17, 18.
Yeah, I was 24. Yeah.
Yeesh, brutal.
Now
I'm gonna be there day one. That's definitely a movie I have to watch. I'm waiting for Jurassic World 2. That also looks really good. I just saw Rampage. That was actually a good movie.
Was that good?
That Jurassic World 2 don't look. No.
Hey man, they could make 200 Jurassic Park movies and I'll be in line for 200 Jurassic
The only thing that's worth seeing in that Jurassic World sequel is Chris Pratt for his fun. That means
oh my god. You know he's gonna die in Infinity Wars, right?
Chill,
That's
bro.
Good. That's
chill.
Fine.
Either him or Chris Evans.
Captain America. Better shut your mouth, boy! You better shut your mouth, okay?
One of them is going down.
Shut your freaking mouth. Shut your freaking mouth.
It's definitely happening.
Y'all know how I feel about that man.
You heard it here, guys. One of them is down. One of them.
He's gone.
Shut your mouth.
Dead. He's gonna die shirtless, though. Aren't you happy?
Hey, okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay, so actually, there's what is this? They held back and say blah 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 blah. What's he talking
Just
about?
heads up to people using the Discord. Questions room is only for questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not trying to sound not trying to sound like a dick or anything, but questions is specifically for questions so that
please use the general chat if you just want to talk with people. That's what it's there for. The questions room is just so we can organize questions, guys.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. But yeah, I guess that's it. We're out of questions. We're out of topics. We're out of time. We're gonna move on. Why don't you guys do your outros? Let's get out of here. I gotta play some Gears of War and go eat dinner.
I'm mad that you played Gears without me though.
I'm just playing the campaign.
Oh, okay. You're forgiven.
Well, if somebody would, get on their fucking computer and
bro, chill, bro. Chill, bro. I'm in the middle of watching.
I'm still waiting for that Titanfall 2.
I'm in the middle of watching the Marvel marathon in anticipation for Infinity War.
You hear this, people?
I told you, I've been a straight up comic geek lately. Like, bro, chill.
I saw you in your tweets talking about Nintendo Switch. Let's get some comics over here. You can't even voice chat yet.
You nerd! You freaking nerd!
But yes, why don't you go do your outro first, Nia?
What's good, everybody? It is your girl, Nia, the video game her, and it has been a very awesome episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. It is so good to come back and chop it up with my homies. I legit missed doing Team Red for these last 2 weeks, if I'm being completely honest. So it's just good to come back and chop it up with you guys, chop it up with the panel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the video game her. You can follow me on Mixer, on YouTube, and Twitch at the video game her, because I finally changed my handle on Twitch, so it's the video game her now, no longer Nia Loves Ninty, so everything is the same. So pretty much on everything, I am the video game her. Check me out. And yeah, man, thank you guys for coming. I hope to see you guys next week.
Woo! So we struggling out here, but I'm still doing the do. I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow, same time, same channel as usual. Coupon Strives on YouTube and Facebook, and Coupon at Twitch, Twitter, and Mixer. And I think I might be ending my time on YouTube actually and going straight Mixer and Twitch. So
Mixer is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of over YouTube. Like it'll still be there, but I don't know. I think I might be.
Don't deactivate it.
I'm not gonna deactivate it. It'll still be there, but like as far as like streaming and stuff, I'm probably gonna switch between Mixer and Twitch and stuff because I just want to use straight up Elgato and not the actual Streamlabs and all that. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah. So we'll see how that is. We'll struggle through that.
Yeah. If you're doing straight up streaming, I feel like the best place to be is not YouTube. Now, YouTube is mostly for people who want to make like dedicated videos. But if you just want to be a stream shawty, like just use Mixer and
that's
Twitch.
How I feel.
That's all you really
Twitch.
need.
Yeah.
YouTube is like it's really the worst place to stream if you're being honest with yourself.
For definitely.
It has the worst quality. It has the worst latency. Like there's literally no reason to be on YouTube if you're a specifically a streamer.
And if you're streaming,
Gravity Rush 2 got a discount down at $20 now.
Yes, where?
I really
looks like that's just the normal price now. They just got a price reduction.
Oh no, that's
hallelujah! Yes, I was waiting because
there's a lot of games that I wanted.
I was so about to get that yesterday, but then I was like, I'll wait on it. Glad I did.
Gravity Rush is one of the games that I definitely wanted to play on
PlayStation. It's a good game. Oh my!
I wanted to play the first one too. The first one's not on PS4, is it?
I think they remastered it for PS4.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at this Kirby game. Kirby becomes a furry and gets a fox wife.
Okay, can we end the stream now?
This is heresy.
I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this.
No.
Y'all not gonna do my boy like that. I don't have time for this.
Alright, people.
Stop.
ActiveSyn here. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. It's at ActiveSyn Gaming. It's all one word. Join the Discord, people. It's a lot of fun in there. It's very toxic, but we have a lot of fun talking about games. And we get into voice chats when we play Mario Kart and assorted other titles. Make sure to check out the Discord. It's where Real Gamer, myself, Gamer Nick, Nia Coupon, we're chilling in there. There's some other YouTube personalities that you know that are in there as well. So if you want to join the Discord.
Yes. Go ahead.
Huh?
And I was going to say, if you're not coming through for Mario Kart Madness Monday, what you doing? Because Mario Kart Madness Monday stay lit, and y'all need to come through. every week.
Mario Kart Mondays is fire.
Yes, it is. Absolute fire.
But other than that, I guess we're out of here. You guys got anything coming up on your channels the people should know about?
Man, I'm really thinking about going ahead and just writing my script up for Xenoblade, my thoughts on Xenoblade. I want to try to do that soon. Like, I'm really trying to like kick myself in the butt and just do it, because I've been promising y'all that since literally December, and I ain't done it.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I need to go ahead and write that script up. I kind of have a little layout of how I want to do it, but I just need to write the script so I can just do it.
Okay. Coupon, anything that people should know about? You're going to be streaming today, tomorrow?
Probably tomorrow. I'll put up probably about an hour or so before I...
Alright, cool. Friday, you know what I'm going to be streaming on Friday? God of War! So if you want to see that shit, check out the Mixer, mixer.com/ActiveSynGaming. We will be playing some God of War. I'm going to learn how to be a better dad, according to Sony. And we're going to end it with this, people. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Oh my God.
And we will see you next week.
Peace
See
out,
you later.
y'all.
Deuces.